Howdy everyone! The Brutus videos are back. So I got a little behind on these because of the new Mustang Ambassador, and it was really tricky getting footage on him. This first clip was his second day leading, but unfortunately I had to stop filming after about 5 minutes because it started pouring down rain. We kept working and we had a good leading session, but I couldn't film it. I had to put my camera away. These next few clips are, I believe, the next day. I took him out of the pin for the first time so I could move him to the round pin, which is a lot drier than the Mustang pin, so that he could have a dry spot to live. And it took a lot of persuasion, but I managed to get him out into the round pin safely. And from there, I am continuing his series, I suppose. This was a really tough time to get footage for me. This was a couple months ago. So he's doing a lot better since these videos. He's also put on a lot of weight. You can see he looks just a little bit on the thin side. He's put on tons of weight since then, and he actually looks amazing, and he's doing lots better. So with that said, I'm going to hopefully be more on top of editing his videos and getting them out to y'all. I know a ton of you love Brutus, so stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe to follow along with his training videos. Thanks, y'all. Everyone has to be a part of the video process. If y'all don't know all my horses, that's Aurora. She's the OG, my first Mustang. Directly behind her is Julius. I'm pretty sure most of y'all know him. Then we've got Tuxedo over there. She's my other personal Mustang. She's my 3-year-old baby. And of course, y'all are here to see Brutus. Howdy everyone! Today is day I don't know what with Brutus. Rory, stop! Stop! Psst, psst, psst. No, don't eat the tripod! Psst, psst. Sorry about that. So today is like training session number 9 with Brutus. I'm not really sure. The last full-length video I made on him was day 7, I believe. I tried to make a day 8 video. Day 8 was our last big training session. He did really well. It was his second day leading. He did amazing, remembered everything from the first day leading, and made a whole lot of progress. But unfortunately, it was raining that day, so I didn't get hardly any footage. I got like the first 4 minutes, and that's it. I'm still going to try and put all that together. Today, I guess, is training session number 9. I've still been working with him a tiny bit every day, but we haven't really been doing new things. I moved him to the round pin from the Mustang pin because we got a ton of rain, and apparently I put my Mustang pin in a bad spot because it floods really badly. So I was lucky to be able to move him over here where it's a lot drier. I'm definitely going to be ordering some sand very soon to go fill up the Mustang pin so it drains a lot easier. Tuxedo, don't. Tuxedo, no. Honey. Okay. But, yeah, I haven't taught him anything hugely new since day 8. So this video is going to be trying to fill y'all in with what we've been... Tuxedo! Oh my god! Psh, psh, psh. Get! They're too nosy. Today I'm going to try and fill y'all in on all the gaps that I didn't film. I'm so sorry. I'm too busy to film every single second of me working with him. And sometimes the conditions just aren't right. But I'm trying the best I can to get a really good series out on this guy. Make sure you're also watching the Julius series because those are pretty good too. I was actually able to do a lot more filming with Julius and make it a lot more comprehensive. Anyways, we're going to get right to it with haltering. I'm going to show you how good this boy has gotten. We're going to run over some of the basics, and then I'll show you some of the stuff we've been working on, and hopefully we'll do some new stuff today too. As you can see, he's gotten a lot more comfortable with me coming up to him. I do it every day, try and make it no big deal. And he's gotten really good at haltering as well. Hopefully he doesn't make me a liar. You're a big boy, that's what I said. So, obviously that went pretty well. He's still a little bit snorty. Yes, you are a little bit snorty still. But he's gotten a whole lot more trusting over the past few days since I've just kind of been coming in, haltering him every day, loving on him, leading him around a little bit. Mostly we just take walks out in the pasture. I'll show you some of the groundwork he's learned. We did a whole lot of groundwork on day 8, I guess, the day it rained, of course, so I didn't get to film any of that. But we'll go ahead and touch base on that first. We do our desensitizing exercises. So I throw this rope all over him, make it no big deal. And I think I've shown y'all some of this before. It's really hard to keep track over what y'all have seen and what y'all haven't seen. He also is still a little bit underweight, so I'm not pushing him too hard physically. He's been kind of slow to put weight on compared to other Mustangs I've had. So he's now on ulcer medication and aloe vera juice. Those both help soothe horses' stomachs so that they can utilize their food to the best they can. If I don't see any more improvement, I'm going to be looking into other options to help him gain weight. But it takes a while. It generally takes up to 30 days to see a real improvement from the time you change something in a horse's feed. So you just kind of have to change something and then wait a bit, or really wait like a month and then see if it worked. And if it didn't work, try something different and then wait another month to see if it worked. It can be a kind of slow process. You don't want to go in and change a whole bunch of things at once. So we're starting with his tummy because from some of his earlier training sessions, I was suspicious of ulcers, and weight gain is another symptom of ulcers. So we're starting by treating his gut with that ulcer medication and the aloe vera juice. So we're going to see how that works. He's been on it about 2 weeks now, maybe a little less. So in another 2 weeks, I'll reevaluate and see where he's at. But we've been practicing some head shy exercises where I bring my hand up really quickly, just kind of rub him. I've been handling his ears a little bit. He still gets a little bit pushy with that sometimes. Good boy. So I just kind of push it off of me every time he tries to nudge up against me. But overall, he's made a whole lot of improvement. And I wish I'd been able to show more of it, but that's just life sometimes. Another thing I started on day 8, the day it rained, was being able to handle his feet. And if you want to know how I start that, I did it the same way with him as I did with Julius. And he was actually a lot better than Julius was, surprisingly. So go ahead and check out my Julius series if you want to fill in that gap that I left on feet handling. I've already touched over some of the leg handling that I do in the Brutus videos, but for the feet handling, and I always do this with a different rope at first, but since he more or less knows the deal here now, hey, no. Yes, so that's what I'm talking about with his pushiness with his head. It always has to be on my sticks. But I always start by being able to lift that foot a little bit with the rope, make sure they're comfortable holding it up. and they're not going to spook or try and pull away, but they just give nicely to that pressure. So from there, I've only really done this once. I had to start with a bit of a smaller approach, so I've just been making baby steps on this. I've really only picked up these feet once, like actually one singular time I've picked up his foot. So, with him, he was very sticky, very stubborn. So anytime, get that head out of my face. Anytime he started to give a little bit, even if his foot didn't come off the floor, that's when I'd reward him. Good, I like that. Get your head out of my face. I need you to, excuse me, I need your head out of my face, please. Hey. It's not usually that bad about his face being here. Okay, I'm going to pull him out of this corner he's in, and we'll go again. Oh. So he's being a little worse today. I'm going to back it up with the rope right here. Easy. So I'm going to pull here. Pull with the head out of my face, please. Pull with my hand and with the rope. Good. So he understands better what I'm asking him to do, because he already knows that rope cue. Good boy. And he's actually been really good about this, like really, really good about this. He's just a bit sticky. Let's try that again without the rope, buddy. Good. So I don't start expecting to hold up a foot for an extended period of time. That's just too much for him. I always start with those baby steps and look for tiny things I can reward. There we go. That's the first time I've picked up that foot all the way to like the holding position. So that was really good progress for today on that side. I'm going to try again on this side. I think he's slightly better on this side. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. I know, it's so scary. You know what's even scarier? Having poopy feet like you have. You've got poopy feet, buddy. We need to get them handled ASAP. Come on, up, up, up. Don't put your weight on it. Good boy. Getting better. The first time I tried to pick them up, he was like putting all his weight on his foot. He wasn't being bad necessarily. He just was kind of leaning into it. Come on, one more. Good boy. Good boy. That's very good. Very good, mister. I know it's scary. I know it's scary. So then, some of the groundwork exercises we started on are with this stick and string. We've started, well, first I want to make sure, of course, that he's okay with this. I always want to make sure a horse can stand still for my tools before I ask them to move to my tools. That way I know they're acting or reacting because I'm asking them to go somewhere with my body language and not just acting out of fear of that tool that I'm using. And I start with low energy at first. But I've started to be able to use high energy. See, I'm not asking him to go anywhere right now. Yeah. And I'll just keep doing that until he realizes he doesn't have to move anymore. That's better, buddy. Do that again on the other side. I don't want him in my space, so if he tries to come in, I'm going to use this hand to block him. And this one's called the helicopter. He's actually pretty good about that one. I haven't really done this one too much yet. Good. Alright, so then I started working on working these feet. Good. So he's gotten really good at that hind quarter yield. Good. And of course I didn't start with that many steps. I started with just one. Okay. And if he starts to be too pushy again, I'm going to bump on against him. If he's pushing against me, I'm going to push back. Okay. Easy. Good. 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 So I'm not just popping him because his face is near me. He's actually trying to push me over with his head, which I do not like. That's not okay. So if he tries to lean on me, I'm going to bump back and make it uncomfortable for him to lean on me. Good boy. That's better. Because if you just push back, it's really easy for them to just push right against you. Kind of just gives them something to lean on. Whereas if you bump, 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 bump like that, that's not very fun to lean on. You don't have to like punch them in the face, but if you give them kind of like a rhythmic pressure, see, he's already backing away from that. He's like, hang on, I can't put all my weight and sit on that. It's going to bump against me, and that's not going to be fun. So that's all I'm trying to do there. We started lunging in the move. Now I want him to move, so I'm going to keep that pressure up until he goes, other way. Other way. Move your shoulder. Move your shoulder out of my face. So I keep that pressure up until he moves out of my space. Especially with these big geldings that used to be studs, you kind of can't give them anything to run with. They can't have any, you know, they can't get away with much. If I'm sitting here and doing this, good boy. Now he's remembered. No. Thank you. If I'm sitting here asking him to move, he needs to move. He can't just ignore what I'm telling him to do. Otherwise, that gets to the point where I can't move his feet. And if I can't move his feet, he starts to try and move my feet and take control of the situation. I need to have control over the situation at all times. That's just a safety thing. So here we go. We'll try again. No, other way, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. See, he just needs a little reminder. He is a smart horse. I've really started to enjoy, well, not started to, I've always enjoyed working with him, but I've started to like really enjoy working with him. Oh, good boy. And you'll see I'm starting to yield those hindquarters on the line. He still needs a bit of a reminder from the lead rope that he's not supposed to just keep running, but he's starting to figure this out. Ooh, good boy. Yeah! I think, oh, well, we've also started backing up. So there's two ways I teach a horse to back up, two main ways anyways. One of them is I put pressure in front of them and I expect them to back out of my space. I'm not bumping on that lead rope at all. Thank you. Good. And this is important because if you don't have a stick in your hand, or if he tries to come back into my space after I backed him out of it, I'm going to push him out again. Because I don't want him to think he gets to come into my space whenever he wants. I have to be the one inviting him in. Just for now. Once we have more trust in each other, once he trusts me more, once I can trust him more, then I'll be inviting him into my space a lot more. But when you're still getting to know a horse, they should stay out of your space all the time until you invite them in. Where was I going with this? Oh, this is a big respect thing. If he gets too pushy on me, I'm going to back him out of my space right away, because I don't want him to start to think he can get control of where my feet go. Good boy. Ah. Like I said, if they come in without invitation, I'm going to back him right back out again until he stands at the end of that lead rope where I put him. Good boy. Okay, now I can invite him in. Let's see if we can get a few more steps backwards. He's usually a little better about this. So if he doesn't respond, or if he's not being as good as he usually is, I'm going to give him a tap on the chest there to back him up. And now the first time I did this, he didn't know what the tap on the chest meant, so he tried to go sideways, he tried to go each way, he tried to turn around and run, he tried to, do everything but back up. I just keep him looking at me and I keep tapping on his chest until he takes one step backwards. Then I release the pressure, get him thinking that was the right answer. So I expect a little bit more out of him at this stage. He knows what this means, he's just getting a bit sticky right now. So I'm going to get onto him a little bit quicker than I would if he was just first learning it. Good boy. Come on forwards again. We'll do that again. Oh. Good. There, that's what I expect. I expect him to back out of my space the second I start to put light pressure on him. I don't want to have to move to my secondary cue of tapping him on the chest. Good. Good boy. Good boy. There. That's good progress. So we'll quit on that one for today. I'm trying to finish filming before the light runs out so that I still have time to feed. The second way I teach a horse to back up is off this lead rope pressure. Good boy. So I want to be able to just use gentle pressure like that, kind of lean into him. Good boy. See, before I even touched that halter, as I was leaning into him, he backed up. That's a sign he's thinking about the right answer before I even have to tell him. Now if he gets sticky like that, I'm going to bump a couple times, get him to back up. And like I said before, the first time I taught him this, he didn't know what that bumping on the noseband meant, so he tried to do everything but back up. He tried to walk forwards, he tried to go side to side, he tried to throw his head up and stay in one spot. So you just keep on doing that until they take even one tiny step backwards. Now at this point in his training, I expect a little bit more from him than a couple lazy steps backwards. So I'm going to expect a little bit more from him before I reward. Good, that was really good. He started to pick up that pace before I had to bump on him, so that was really good. Come on forwards now. We'll do it one more time. Oh. Good. Good boy. Okay, one more good time. Oh. Very good. That's pretty good representation of where he's at right now. I'm happy he's moving his feet backwards willingly and without getting sticky on me. So once that's really solid, we'll start to work on being straighter, being a little bit quicker to move his feet, being able to move more steps before we give him a little break. But he's made good progress on that so far. I'm going to start actually rubbing down his hind legs in preparation for picking them up. I'm not going to pick them up today because, as you saw right there, he got kind of defensive, kind of crouchy when I touched him without, giving him a heads up. So I want all of that to be gone before I start going back there and crouching down by his back legs to pick them up. He's also still doing a lot of ear pinning. He's really just paying attention to what's behind him. but I want him to look a lot more relaxed about this before I even start to think about going to pick up his hind feet. Because he's pretty powerful. He could definitely kill me if he wanted to. Or not even if he wanted to, but if he got scared, he could definitely kill me with those hind feet. So I just do a little bit of this every day. And every day he gets a little bit better. So now he's yielding his hindquarters away. I don't want him to do that. I'm not putting the pressure on him to tell him to do that. I'm using relaxed body language. Good. 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 So I'll keep doing that until he softens his expression and his feet stand still. He kind of wasn't expecting that, which is why he tried to yield his hindquarters away, since he's going to try it again. And you'll see, if his head starts to come too far towards me, I push him away. If his head starts to come a little further away from me, where he's looking on running off, I'm going to pull him back to me. Because if he runs straight out, then that puts him in a position where he can kick out backwards at me. I definitely don't want to be in that position. Good boy. That's a lot better. So yeah, he's definitely not ready yet for me to begin handling those hind feet. But when I do, hopefully I'll be able to get footage of that so you can see the entire process start to finish on picking those hind feet up. Because y'all missed some of the pieces of picking the front feet up with the rope and with introducing my hand. Although you got some good content today, I hope. Good boy. Other side. Boy. And you'll see I'm not giving him much time to think about it. You know, I did in the beginning, I come up slowly, work here, down to here. Now he's at the point where I want to see what his reaction is when I just step up quickly and start rubbing down those feet. I didn't do that first time, of course, but now I'm expecting him to be okay with this, even when he's given less time to think about it beforehand. Boy, that's good progress for today on that. Yeah. Alright, if y'all are wondering what this boy eats in a feeding, I feed him twice a day. Yes, you. He gets one large scoop total equine, and he gets one tablet of omeprazole ulcer medication, which I just dropped on the floor. I break this in half, and then to top it off, about a quarter cup of this aloe vera juice. That just helps soothe their stomachs and heal those ulcers. Yeah, and he started to really look forward to feeding time, haven't you? Come get it. Come get it. Yeah, and he has no problem eating his food. They kind of tend to pick at it for a little bit. Well, he doesn't like me standing over here with a flashlight. But when I'm not over here, he kind of goes to town on it. And he just eats those ulcer medication tablets right up. Anyways, that is training session. I don't even know what to call this video. I'll figure it out. Day training session 9 or something like that on Brutus, the big boy Mustang. And I hope you enjoyed it, even though it was a little bit hectic there near the end. Make sure you subscribe if you want to keep watching training videos of this boy. Oh, also I forgot, I haven't brought that over yet, but he also gets one giant hay bag full of hay at each feeding. So I'll go grab that in a minute. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned a bunch. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys.